Upanishad is an ancient text that forms the philosophical core of Hinduism. Upanishad, despite being composed thousands of years ago, resonates with the modern concepts such as human rights, globalization, spiritual democracy, environmental ethics, and multiculturalism. Some concepts are explicit in the text, and also there are many pointers as applicable to modern times. Certain things never become outdated, irrespective of the age. The same can be said of the timeless wisdom of Upanishad. It is very similar to the Himalayan rivers flowing for centuries. Though the rivers are old, the water is always fresh for use. Similarly, one can say Upanishad texts are considered ancient, but the concepts are modern at the same time. The phrase Satyameva Jayate in English means truth alone triumphs, is inscribed at the base of the Indian national emblem, emphasizing the importance of truth and righteousness, is more relevant today than ever before. This is from Mundaka Upanishad, Sloka number 316. Truth is a cornerstone for the well-being of humanity, not just in the 21st century, but in any era. Without truth, the foundation of human interaction and the growth weakens the future for all. United Nations Human Rights Council in 1948 coded and standardized the rights of individuals valid for all human beings. The Upanishad text indicates various types of dharma to ensure all the human beings have responsibility and rights. The concept of dharma is an important pointer from Upanishad towards human rights. Dharma, which broadly denotes to obligations, customs, guidelines, principles, and other virtues, played a vital role in conducting not only the affairs of the state, but also at the level of citizens. The ancient literature gives various types of dharma that was in practice, including Kula Dharma, Raja Dharma, Varnashrama Dharma is an important pointer from Upanishad towards human rights, which includes responsibilities of the individuals. Most of the Upanishad literature talks about the well-being of all without any exceptions. Paramount human rights subjects like student rights and responsibilities, equality for women, Varna system based on the occupation are all pointers towards present-day human rights. These concepts are well brought out in Maha Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Ishavasa Upanishad. Upanishad teaching encourage a spiritual understanding that can coexist with various philosophical traditions and concepts. To understand these concepts, let us move on to Chandogya Upanishad. The story of Satyakama and his mother Jabala is important. Satyakama, who could not give his father's name, was yet initiated into the spiritual life through Gurukula and through ancient teacher Gautama. Satyakama, later always referred as Satyakama Jabala, became a great teacher. Never was the rigid ordinance of custom or the background of the individual came on the way of the learning from the great master of the day. This highlights that secularism that was in practice during the times of Upanishad. The Indian culture is a composite one, based on the blending of various spiritual traditions. Sanatana Dharma in essence allows a holistic religion by different spiritual traditions. The ancient text talks about the various aspects of philosophical, practical, and belief system, which one can choose based on his or her traits that make the individual. Ancient teachers have given clarity on all these aspects based on Upanishad and other texts. The Upanishadic vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. Not only all human beings on earth, but all living things are but one family, aligns with the 21st century reality of globalization. In a world where cultures, economies, and societies are more interconnected than ever, the idea of universal kingship fosters a sense of global responsibility and cooperation. This principle encourages a worldview that transcends national, religious, and cultural boundaries, promoting unity in diversity. This concept is from Maha Upanishad. One can say multiculturalism refers to spiritual democracy. Yes, the Upanishads do accept multiple paths, as shown by various ancient teachers, to spiritual realization, reflecting the pluralistic and inclusive nature of Hindu philosophy. A key reference to this idea can be found in Mundaka Upanishad, Sloka 1.1.5, which distinguishes between higher knowledge, Paravidya, and the lower knowledge, Aparavidya. The Upanishad suggests that while the paths are different, like rituals, meditation, knowledge, may begin differently but ultimately lead to the same truth, the ultimate reality. The different path includes monism, monotheism, henotheism, naturalistic, and polytheism. The spiritual democracy supports coexistence of various beliefs and practices, encourages dialogue, mutual respect among different faiths in a multicultural 21st century world. The Upanishads are rich with teachings on meditation, describing it as a means to attain self-realization and inner peace. The practice of dhyana, as described in the text, forms the foundation of modern meditation practices that promote mental well-being. Meditation is a twofold practice. It is focusing in the mind while at the same time practicing self-control. Meditation is a consummation of all spiritual practices, irrespective of the chosen path. The benefits of meditation include spiritual, mental, and physical status. Katha Upanishad, Sheta Shatara Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad all talk about meditation. Upanishad text shows liberal attitudes and practices with reference to women did exist those times. Vedic sacrifices were performed jointly by husband and wife to show equal status. There are many references to women teachers, scholars, and rishis. Gargi and Maitreyi are celebrated for their wisdom, indicating the respect accorded to a knowledgeable woman. Philosopher-teacher Gargi participates in a debate at King Janaka's philosophical symposium. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad gives a detailed account about the teacher. In Chandogya Upanishad, in the story, the wife instructs her husband on spiritual matters, demonstrating the spiritual equality and importance of women. Taittiriya Upanishad outlines the duties and responsibilities of an individual at various stages of life, which includes women, as a mother and an educator, that demonstrates the importance of preservation and transmission of knowledge and values. Athaireya Upanishad reflects on the essential roles of women in continuation of life and the universe and is more relevant to today than ever before. The Upanishad does not ask anyone to convert, but asks everyone to understand oneself through critically examining the very foundation of being. Many paths, many languages, many directions, many texts, many Ishtadevta are all in Upanishad to understand the true knowledge. That is the real strength of Upanishad. The concept of mere intellectual understanding or reading of knowledge isn't sufficient. The true realization of being is essential. It's a key teaching in several Upanishads. A prominent reference for this idea can be found in Kena Upanishad, Sloka 2-3. Kena Upanishad verses emphasizes that ultimate reality cannot be truly understood through mere intellectual comprehension. True knowledge comes through direct experience or being in a state of deep realization beyond intellect. A related teaching can also be found in Mundaka Upanishad, Sloka 1-12. In 21st century, scientific disciplines, knowledge is not just about acquiring facts or theories, but also applying those principles to solve real-world problems and improve life. In summary, just as Upanishad emphasizes the importance of living knowledge, the scientific knowledge too reaches its full potential when applied, experienced, and integrated in the fabric of human progress and well-being. As global conflicts and ethical dilemmas become more complex, the Upanishadic principle on ahimsa, non-violence, offers a powerful framework for addressing the issues of aggression, environmental destruction, and social injustice. This emphasis on non-violence and respect for all living beings is increasingly relevant in discussion on global peace, sustainability, and ethical leadership. He who sees all beings in the self and self in all beings feels no hatred by the virtues of the wisdom, state of perfect tranquility, dislike, repulsion of feeling, fear, hatred, and other form of violence will disappear, as stated in Upanishad, is much more relevant today. Isha Upanishad Sloka 1-6 gives a good account on this subject. The phrase Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma comes from Chandogya Upanishad Sloka 3.14.1. This statement conveys the idea of inherent unity and divinity of all existence. Rather than specifically meaning all are equal, it emphasizes the underlying oneness of everything in the universe. It suggests that the distinction and the separation are superficial and that at fundamental level, everything is one with divine essence. Amritasya Putra is from Shetavastra Upanishad, refers to the idea that divine essence are inherently connected to immortality. The phrase emphasizes the divine potential and the eternal nature of human beings, suggesting that all individuals are inherently divine. Bees collect nectar from many flowers to produce honey. Yet, no one drop of honey can identify which flower it came from, as all organisms are unaware of their own origin. This is from Chandogya Upanishad, Shloka 6.9.1. Upon realizing the actual essence of our being, our unique identity will vanish, and this is the most relevant lesson for the 21st century. 31st June is celebrated as International Yoga Day worldwide, shows the importance and relevance of yoga practices to humanity. Yoga Upanishads are a group of minor Upanishads related to yoga. There are about 20 Upanishads under this category, among the 108 identified in Muktika. Literal definition of yoga means union. Yoga is a cognate with English word yoke, which means uniting human spirit with divine spirit. Yoga, as described in Upanishad, encompasses more than physical posture. It is a path to spiritual enlightenment and self-discovery. The global popularity of yoga in 21st century reflects the growing recognition of its benefits for well-being. The Upanishad promotes environmental awareness and recognizes the interconnection of all living things. The Upanishad views the universe as a manifestation of the divine, which includes the idea of the environment. A key reference on the subject of environment can be found in Isha Upanishad, Sloka 1, which states, "The divine pervades everything, whatever moves and does not move in this world. Therefore, one should accept only what is necessary for oneself and should not covet what belongs to others." This verse highlights the idea that the entire universe is pervaded by the divine, and hence every element of the environment, plants, animals, rivers, mountains, should be treated with respect and avoid coveting their possession. There are many more explanations and commentaries by ancient teachers. Similar sentiments are expressed in Chandogya Upanishad. The teachings in the Upanishad, though ancient, resonates with the environmental ethics, advocating harmony, relation with the nature. In conclusion, the Upanishad remains profoundly relevant in 21st century, offering wisdom that addresses the challenges of humanity. Their teachings continue to inspire individuals and the society, providing philosophical and ethical foundation for more harmonious living. Hope you all enjoyed the spirit of Upanishad in 21st century.